Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mighty Mike. It is the Chesterfield Chamber Hour. Karen Webb, welcome back to the program, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
So we're back in studio this week. Last week we were out supporting the Ronald McDonald House Charities Foundation. The opening over at Johnston Willis. Is that where we were?
Yep. Yeah.
Johnston Willis.
Yeah, for their family room in the NICU center.
So you come from that nonprofit world. You're still there. This is more business nonprofit that you're in the Chesterfield Chamber.
Right.
That's the world where you came from.
Right.
Talk about the partnership between, like, that when you see a Ronald McDonald House type nonprofit, and then you see partnering up with a business,
a for-profit business. Yeah. I think one of the things, Mike, that everybody needs to know is, and this is my soapbox, and I'll get off. But nonprofit is only a tax status, and I don't think people understand.
People do not.
That, and you and I've talked about this in the past, that nonprofits need their community of business network just like a for-profit does, but they particularly need the networking with the for-profit businesses for a couple of reasons. Obviously, the first one is donations and financial support and resource support for whatever their mission is at that point in time. But the other piece of it is, and I don't think we do enough of this in any community, is the fact that for-profit businesses have the resources to have broader staffs, which means they have more training resources that the nonprofit businesses could learn from and be mentored by and do that kind of thing, which then will only strengthen the business side of a nonprofit so that the mission gets carried out. And I think that partnership and that network together is so essential to being able to satisfy the needs of all of the special groups we have in all of our communities.
So what is it about for-profit businesses that they see that and they feel the need or the desire to support that area?
I think one of the things is and especially today, more for-profit businesses are trying to infuse community involvement in their culture. They're also trying to teach their own employees to be able to be part of the community and give back to the community. And I think most successful for-profit businesses know that they're in business because of the support of the business. And so to be able to give that back to those in need is just part of the full cycle of everything.
Karen Webb, president of the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce, the world famous Chesterfield. Laurie, so let's get the elevator pitch for the chamber.
Okay. Elevator pitch real quickly and easily is the fact that we're a membership nonprofit, that what we focus on is the business networks, both for-profit, nonprofit in the county and surrounding areas. And our purpose is to be able to get everybody to network together so that the businesses are supporting each other, they're training each other, they're teaching each other. And you and I both know with our busy schedules, sometimes it's just nice to be able to shoot an email to a cohort or a mentor or whatever saying, hey, this happened today, and what are your thoughts on it, kind of thing, so that we're not all out there trying to do business and continue to repeat business by ourselves.
Because owning a business can be lonely.
Right.
It is lonely out there. Also, the chamber, I am a member. It changed the course of business for me. So if you want to do business in Chesterfield, Chesterfield Chamber is the group. It's the ultimate, I know somebody.
Yeah.
And it's not like the old boy network where you had to join a chamber and be there for 20 years before you get an opportunity to I guess, bring value to it.
Right.
I see people who were new to the chamber, like Karen Tigner and those guys, or Anna, and you look at somebody who just joined the chamber, and next thing you know, here they are, having a big, or Kaisha, having a big impact. And then you get folks who've been around forever, like our guy, Mark Bowen. Shout out to Mark Bowen out there. All right, so for the Westchester Common concert series, it's this Thursday, and it is at Westchester Commons. So make sure you go check it out. Westchester Commons is the place. Mark Bowen is our guy, and have some great bands up there. It's all for a good cause when your concert series. Did you go last couple weeks ago?
I did for a little while, and it was wonderful. And of course, I'm looking forward to going to the one on the 27th.
That's you guys.
It's being held as our chamber night out for this month. And there will be a separate tent for us so that our members can still network and talk to each other in between the dancing and the singing and everything else we want to do. And that night, the Skip Castro band is going to be playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that is a combination between the Chesterfield Chamber and Westchester Commons. That is a big thing. So that is June 27th.
Right.
June 27th.
Right.
All righty. So always a lot of great things happening with the chamber. What else you got going on? I know it's happening today,
Right.
and that is
Our chamber lunch. And today's lunch is a very special one in the fact that we are going to have members from the county administration there, and we're going to give a recap and an update on Chesterfield Restaurant Week and how much money was made for the food bank and what restaurants participated in. And we're actually going to present the check to the food bank today at the restaurant.
And so that's one thing that you guys do. So that was an idea. That was a collaboration between the Chesterfield Chamber and the county to support the food bank.
Correct.
The chamber does really big things like that too. But even when you do big things like that, it's impacting small business. Those 39 restaurants were impacted in a big way.
Right, right. And that's one of the things we try to do. The other one we've done recently, which you and I partnered on a lot, was the Comcast Rise program.
Yes.
And by the way, did you hear the number of applications we got?
No, I didn't.
696 applications.
Okay, so less than 700.
Right, barely. Yeah.
Barely less than 700. And 100 are going to win.
Right. 1 on a 17
Yeah.
is not bad odds.
I need to go play the lottery with those numbers. When you think about, and we've had, so shout out to Comcast for doing that. Our friends, they ran and they did a lot to support that. Oh, shout out to Amy Dufour for sponsoring our happy hour that we did, as well as Katina over at the NES Cornhole Lounge. They had, when we talked to Joy Moore, she talked about the money was good, the computer equipment was good, but the media exposure is something that you can't beat. So the chamber had their hand in that. We partnered together with that. The luncheon tomorrow, talking about recapping the restaurant week. That was a big deal. That was out the gate when you look at something that's like, wow, that was to be the first one. That was something.
Yeah, well, we had 39 restaurants that we capped off with for this first ever restaurant week here in Chesterfield. And I've been, as you know, part of restaurant weeks in other states. And we cap out between 15 and 20 restaurants. And that's even after a history of several years in a row. So the fact that we just right out of the gates hit, 39 restaurants, and are already looking forward to 2025's restaurant week, which they're trying to talk me into the fact we're going to do it for 3 weeks. And I keep shaking.
It's like a restaurant month right there. But when you think about it, what it did for the food bank, I mean, the food bank is unsung heroes. When people show up at the food bank and they come, when I'm in the store and I see the price of everything and you have a family, so people going and supporting Restaurant Week really end up helping the food bank. So, alrighty. So, and you recently had night out, correct?
We did. And we will be our next chamber night out. Well, will be at Westchester Commons. And Mike, I'd like to really highlight the importance of those because I'm not sure people understand just how much benefit there is to attending a chamber night out. And this year already we've had Chesapeake Bank and we've had Village Bank and we've had a number of really solid, fantastic events, and they were very fun on top of it all. But it's a relaxed atmosphere where there's no prearranged presentation other than just us getting up and saying thank you for coming kind of thing. But we get to talk one-on-one or small groups with each other in a relaxed atmosphere, having a good time. And some of the networking results from that I've seen are stronger than almost anything we do.
Because it's, like you said, it's not the formal presentation, it's not those things. And sometimes when you're in business, you just got your head down and you're grinding, grinding, grinding. This is a chance to meet up with people that maybe you don't see them that often. So it's the chamber night out, it's the luncheon. A luncheon is going to be a couple hundred of your favorite friends. We're going to come through there. And even if it's your first time, I know it may seem like a good number of people. You won't be a stranger long. Somebody going to take you in, and next thing you know, you're going to be yucking it up with people, and you're going to find a home like I did. And even for us, like we can't say it too loud, but we are folks from Henrico. Even I know we aren't saying that too loud, but I tell you what, we do business over in Chesterfield, and the way Chesterfield gets things done,
Right.
It is our place. Okay, so next week you're coming in. You guys got some additional help, like you said.
Yes.
Your staff of what, like a couple hundred of his.
Yes, I get tired
Exactly.
keeping up with all of them.
Boy, that keeping up with that staff of hundreds. But how many people do you have?
Right,
Three?
right now, including the intern, it's the three of us. Yeah.
Boy.
So, but
And the intern just got there.
right.
So we
Last
we
week.
got to treat the intern nice,
Right.
because we want the intern. It's bad when the intern, with somebody, I got to go to the bathroom and they never come back.
Right.
So the intern's name is
India Thomas.
India Thomas is going to come here next week, and we're going to talk about her being part of the chamber. Before we came on, you talked about something that was interesting about the power of having an intern and what it means and what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about that.
Okay. Yeah. With internships, Mike, I make sure that we have meaningful projects or meaningful work for an intern to do, because they're there as a learning experience. But let me tell you something. Every intern I've ever had, I've learned from in an immense way as well. I don't want them to be gophers. I don't want them to fix coffee. I don't want them to copy. I want them to actually have their own projects that they can see from beginning to end that will benefit the chamber at the same time. And I know with India coming in, she has a huge social media background. So she's going to be taking over and all of that and putting together our social media calendar for the next year and putting together new ways of using social media that we just haven't had time to do with the other two of us.
Limited, yes.
Right. And she's very much a part of the team and very much a part of the staff. And, I can't say enough good things about not only India, but all internships programs. And they are a big help to businesses if you will take the time to bring them in and mentor them a little bit. But if you think about the fact in a few years, they're going to be part of the workforce. If we can have a hand in training them ahead of time, what a much more successful opportunity it'll be for them in their first jobs and for the businesses who hire them.
There you go, Karen Webb, dropping nuggets of knowledge on us. How can people find information out about the chamber, ma'am?
Best place is our website, which is www.chesterfieldchamber.com. And we'll have everything there, from a list of our events, list of calendar of our members, community events as well, all of the committees that we have, all of the opportunities we have, the ability to join the chamber. And the other thing too that I want to highlight real quickly about the one of the things that the website has is it has the descriptions of all our committees and learning groups and gives us the opportunity for people to join those committees. We don't want our chamber members just to come and sit and
On the
talk
sidelines, just looking from the sidelines.
Right. We want involvement and we want their contribution back into making our chamber the way that it is.
And sponsorship for things are still available, correct?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. So folks, you want to be part of something and get the name out there. It's worked for me. So when you get the chamber newsletter, you see my name and logo on it. A number of things around the gala that's coming up in the fall, as well as the golf tournament. There is something there for everyone. So whatever your budget is, it's minuscule, or like mine, or it's big, like Karen and those guys. On the mic is Mike. Karen's here with us. There's something out there for everybody. So get out and support the chamber. It will help your business. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Now take care.